What's up, everybody? It's Alex. Today we've got some phenomenal trades planned up for you, okay? And, well, there's a couple things you need to know going into the day. First off is that the market closes at 1. Second, it's a Friday, okay? So Friday, you're paying cheap on your premiums, but you got very limited time. So how does that change the way you trade today? Well, obviously, okay, if your contracts are not in the money and going further in the money, then and it's a short-lived move, you want to be cashing out very quickly. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? These contracts are going to be worthless if you don't get out of them by today, or you're at least in the money and actually going further in the money. That's why you have to have some good trade setups on Friday to do pretty well, unless you're cashing out very quickly, which is also a great strategy, right? So you got two strategies on Fridays, and those are the two, but we've got some plays to go kind of fit both of those strategies. So let's go ahead and get into a couple of these. So our first trade for the day, guys, is BABA calls. Okay, so remember at the very beginning of the week, this was a swing trade we had planned. We said our target for the end of the week is to hit 280 at least. Okay, and that's exactly what we already did. We already hit 280. So if you're in that swing trade from the beginning of the week and you believed in that trade, it's a great trade and it's done very well here. Okay, so we really like the momentum here, and for an even further breakout here in BABA. Okay, so you'll see here the top level is about 281. Okay, and once again, what separates the good from the great traders, or the bad from the great traders, is understanding that, okay, this is a top level. We rejected it strongly last time. Okay, so this time we're actually gathering for a breakout higher past that top level, or at least our chances increase. Okay, so where a beginner thinks, hey, this is just a top level, we're going to reject it, I'm going to short it. Okay, yeah, you could short it, but it might be a very short-lived short, okay, and then it might actually get ready to break out higher. Okay, so you got to be aware of that. And so that's our first trade plan for the day, playing BABA to the long side. We like the potential for a breakout higher today. Fully aware it could reject again, okay, but we ultimately believe it's getting ready for that breakout higher. So that's your first trade for the day. Okay, now if we get to just even 285 by the end of the day, you're getting 280 strike calls. You do the math, all right? Obviously, if you understand how options and the pricing works there, okay. 280 strike calls, that's going to make you $500 a contract at the very least. Okay, you're paying $1 for them, you're going to be making 5x on those, okay, if we get to 285, which is a very good target for the day. I won't be surprised if we hit 285, so obviously gauge momentum as we go along, but realize we only got 4 hours in the trading day, so that is our first trade for the day. Let's go ahead and get into another one here. I've got a bunch written down here, just kind of trying to decide what is the absolute best here. Actually, before we get into the next trade, then instead, since we've got a lot here, let's go into a very important factor that you should know here today. And so, obviously, the market depends a lot on banks, okay? And so banks have just been on a crazy run up, obviously, and so it's at this point, are they going to pull back, or are they going to shift neutral, or are they going to go higher, right? Because obviously the market moves a lot on the I guess it depends on banks a lot right now, okay? So you have to understand how are banks going to move today, because it's going to play a big part in how the market's going to move, okay? And so when you're looking at banks here, you can see, you can't really see any after hour data, okay? So let's go ahead and shift over to JPM, okay? And you can see it's kind of just neutral. Okay, so I need everybody who's obviously trying to get a good feel for the market today, I just need you to draw up this simple level on JPM. Okay, it's a bottom level of kind of support, and so it's going to trade it very similarly to KRE, which is the banking ETF. Look at this pattern here on JPM and go back to KRE. I mean, they're pretty much identical, right? So they trade very similarly. Of course, you can draw that level up on KRE instead, but the point is for you to understand how are banks moving today. If they hold up, market's going to be pretty bullish today, okay, because we look like we're having a NASDAQ getting ready to continue higher today. Okay, so that's very important that you understand that, and I think that's going to help a lot of you when trying to gauge the overall condition of the market today. Now, you're thinking VIX, okay, you're thinking, Alex, look at VIX. I mean, come on, haven't you told me that VIX is at the bottom end of its range? You should be careful here. Okay, well, pay attention, okay? If you look at the volatility, it looks like it looks like it's got a lot more bottom momentum, right? To continue lower to hit that bottom level. So we still got a ways to go until we get any kind of support, as we already broke through this support here on volatility. So once again, volatility is still bearish, okay? And when we talk about volatility, we're talking about the regular volatility here. Even though it's at its bottom level, based on the volatility, it would make sense for volatility here, VIX, to continue lower. So hopefully I didn't just confuse the hell out of you, but I think that should make sense. It's just the amount of times we repeat a volatility gets kind of crazy over there. Okay, so let's get into another play here. We've got Facebook calls today. Okay, we like this trade. It's looking to break out higher. It's like kind of the same setup as BABA. And so what are you getting here with Facebook? Once again, you're trying to play that breakout higher. So here's that top level previously. Okay, once again, you're trying to play it to the upside, so we're not going to spend too much time going over this here. You understand the point here on how we're trying to play that. Okay, so obviously you want to see momentum, you want to see volume if you're trying to break through a higher level, and that's exactly what you'll be on the lookout for today with Facebook. Now, if we're playing a call play here, I'd rather go BABA over Facebook, but hey, that's just me. Facebook could very well end up being a better play. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the next trade, Snow. Okay, this thing goes on a crazy tear the other day, 23 points higher. Okay, so what do we want to do? Well, Snow oftentimes, guys, when it does these crazy rips higher, a lot of the times it'll either dump off or actually just surge higher, okay? Usually not much in between. Now, because today's Black Friday, could it be in between, kind of wishy-washy here in the middle? Absolutely. Okay, but we're keeping these two factors in mind, that it could dump off or surge higher. And so as you notice one of these begin to form at, or the volume characteristics match up to one of these plays happening, that's what you want to play it to. So either way, guys, there's no true way to tell here, okay, but it's a good chance it could dump off today, but not necessarily. Okay, so if it doesn't look like it's going to dump off, it looks like it's actually gathering the momentum it needs to break out higher, you want to play the call side, right? Just straight up go 300 strike calls, guys. No need to play out of the money here, unless you understand your target and you know what you're doing, okay? Then you just want to play kind of in the money, or not in the money, but I would go 310, okay? Just depending on where we open, right? It's hard to say right now, right? I don't know where we're going to open. We still got 2 hours until the market opens. So I don't want to leave you, misinformed, I guess is the right word, because some of you guys take my word for granted, or you just take it for what it is, right? And you don't actually understand what you're doing yourself. That's exactly why you need to take the course to understand what we're looking for here and how we actually come up with these trades. So that's your next trade setup for the day. And then last trade setup for the day, Amazon puts. Now, guys, Amazon, once again, NASDAQ sector strong. Okay, it's getting ready to go higher. Okay, so what do we want to do with Amazon? Okay, if we can catch a move to the downside, that's exactly what we want to do. And then you want to cash out, because once again, if there's a stock looking to go higher, it's definitely Amazon. And I don't mean necessarily today could drop today, but we think overall in the future days looking to break higher. Okay, Amazon's finally at the strongest point it's been for a while here. Okay, you've seen it. It's been just getting hammered. And so in this shit phase of Amazon, okay, this is the time where it's getting ready to break out higher up to 3,300 within the following week. Okay, and so that's why you want to be careful, because sure, it might drop, okay, but it might get support and start going back higher and get back up to 3,300, kind of like we pointed out here soon. Okay, so if you catch an Amazon put play, you want to cash out because it's Friday. First off, less time in, the better. Okay, time is your enemy, unless you're in the money and you're continuing to go further in the money. Okay, and so that would bring us to this top level here if you check it out. Okay, this is where we've rejected strong the last time, so we're kind of at that top level, so we might actually just fall out at the open. Hopefully it's kind of like a small little grind up higher, short, boom, back down, and then just get out of those puts or something. That's kind of the plan. That's the minor idea going into the day with Amazon, right? We're going to be flexible. We're going to adjust however we need to, but we're looking for the kind of just a rejection of this top level here with Amazon, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so look, if you don't know what to do, what's the next move, what's your next play, when to get out of your trade, okay, then probably just don't take the trade, or just get out of your positions. Okay, I'm not going to feel bad for anybody who doesn't know what they're doing, because at the end of the day we have a course below where you can learn how to do all of this on your own. Obviously I do a very good job of explaining some of these things, but we've got a very limited amount of time and this video is already too damn long. Alright, so guys, drop a like if you haven't, subscribe if you're not. That is our plan for the day. Understand this video is going to be 2 hours. It's 7:41 right now. The market opens at 9:30, so if circumstances change a little, you know why, okay? So if the open changes, just be ready to adapt, and leave me any questions in the comment section below if you have them. So overall, bullish outlook for the market as long as banks can hold up today, and that's the plan. All right, so come back and let me know how much you profit. All right, we've got some great setups, but it's up to you to take the best setups here. Okay, and then obviously don't be an idiot, don't be a fool, reinvest back in your education. I highly advise you take the course below to understand how to do this all yourself and to actually maximize your profitability on these trades. Okay, super excited for the people who've already began, and then super excited to be taking these steps towards the 100 Traders Club. So guys, keep working, keep trying your best, and we'll make it happen. So okay, and then last thing guys, before we end off the video, if you haven't left already, we might have a trade planned on oil. I might release that video here. That's why I'm getting this one out early so I can go over a video, hopefully in depth over oil here shortly after this one. So be ready because I might release another video right after this one. We'll see. Okay, so get after it. Have a great day. Take advantage, okay, and then obviously don't be a fool. All right, get the course after. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.